Hey, my name's Dychronic, and today we're talking about the Xur, his location, his random rolls, and my recommendation for December 31st, 2021. You can find the Xur in his regular place in the Winding Cove on the EDZ. Just make your way on top of this mountain right here, and you can find him next to the precipice. Coffin warm. This is a high overview in case this is all you cared about. First up for the weapon today, we have the Vigilance Wing, which is actually kind of a unique weapon considering it's a pulse rifle that actually shoots in bursts of 5. And more weird is that it also is a weapon that has some pretty decent range on it considering it's very high rounds per minute and of course it's 5-round burst, making it an ideal weapon for closer and decently long range as well. Furthermore, when a nearby ally is killed, you gain health regeneration and increased movement speed. And on top of that, when you're the last member of your fire team, for example, Survival or Trials of Osiris, you get more weapon performance, greatly increased recovery, and it's just a nice weapon to have when your friends are dead. And the Catalyst, I think, makes it full auto, which inherently makes it fire a little bit faster, and it obviously hold the trigger down. For the most part, this is a PvP weapon, and it is decent at PvP, although it's not the best on the market. Up next after that, for the Hunter Exotic, we have the Stompies, one of, if not the best Hunter Exotic in the game. If you've never heard of it, it increases sprint speed and slide distance, and improves all of the special jumps, which makes them go higher and faster. Why is this important? Well, in PvP, being able to run faster away from your enemy, being able to jump faster away from your enemy is just really useful in shooter games. And in PvE, it really helps with jump puzzles, so it's always just an exotic that you really just want to have if you don't have one. Unfortunately, the roll is not really the best. Very low recovery. Again, PvP, you really need that recovery unless you can compensate with some other stuff. Mobility is nice to see, discipline's okay, but the total stats is kind of below average. So there's definitely stuff that you could have better with this, and I would recommend waiting for one of those. But if you don't have a single one of these, get this one. Following that, for the Titan Exotic, we have the Heart of Inmost Light. I believe this actually did get nerfed this patch, which is halfway through the season, but it's still a very good exotic. Using any of your abilities, Grenade, Melee, or Barricade empowers the other two abilities, which means they do more damage or they have more health, which is really easy. You just throw down a Barricade, then you can use your Grenade to nearly one-shot an enemy. When it comes to the roll, total stats of 64 is going to be that average that you're looking for. However, resilience is not what you're looking for. I'd like to see a lot more discipline and, of course, a lot more strength because this is a bit more of what I want to use it for. And personally, I like mobility and recovery, so not the best roll, but you could compensate, I guess. And it has an ornament, which is whatever. And for the final exotic, we have the Warlike Exotic known as Sunbracers. Now, this is an exotic you will not see in the top level play, but it is an exotic that's a lot of fun. First of all, it increases the duration of your solar grenades. This is the one specific grenade that's called a solar grenade, not the 3 different kinds. And your charged solar melee kills grant you unlimited solar grenades for a brief period of time. This allows you to get around 6 solar grenades off after getting that solar melee. Obviously, melee is dangerous, and depending on getting a charged solar melee kill is not super dependable, although Celestial Fire is a ranged option, and of course, when you jump through the air throwing all your grenades, you get a lot of your melee energy back. So there is a gameplay loop, but not dependable in the higher level play. When it comes to the roll, honestly, you don't really need discipline for this particular exotic. You more so just need to make sure you get that melee off and make sure you get the kill with the melee. Overall, not a terrible roll. However, a lot of people much more prefer having low mobility for the Icarus Dash part of the exotic, or the subclass. Moving on to the different legendary weapons. I'm very excited to take a look at that royal entry. First up, we have the Escape Velocity. Zen Moment Elemental Capacitor is decent, but I believe you could probably do better. And of course, there are some mag and range stuff here, so it's a decent version of this. Arsenic Bite, which is Dragonfly Sneak Bow, not really what you're looking for. Nature of the Beast, which is Hipfire Dragonfly. Again, you could definitely do better on this thing, and there's definitely not enough range perks on it. The Ikelos Sniper Rifle, Moving Target Disruption. I believe this can have Snapshot. If not, it can have definitely something else that's better. Truth Teller has Field Prep Demolitionist, which is a decent PvE roll. It also has Concussion, although I think Flashbang is what you want, and I believe this also can have auto-loading, so not what you're looking for. Falling Guillotine, Energy Transfer, Counterattack, not what you're looking for at all. I think this does have Vorpal, and it has Relentless Whirlwind. And finally, Royal Entry, which is Quick Draw, Thresh, not what you're looking for. There's definitely an auto-loading plus Lasting Impressions or Vorpal combo, which is, and of course, Impact Casings, which is much, much better. Following that, for the different legendary armors, for the Hunter specifically, we have the Gloves, which is 62, high mobility, a decent roll, but obviously very lacking in recovery. We have this one, which is high resilience, high strength, 58, not really what I'm looking for. You have the total stats of 60 here, high mobility, not high recovery, and of course, as a theme, Very low total average, not a lot of recovery. I'm not really a big fan of any of these. And of course, make sure you pick up your exotic engram for an engram you've never received before, and it comes with a very high stat roll. Of course, this one came out as a 64. And if I wanted one of these, it's actually a decent roll. High mobility, high recovery, good synergy, decent. And of course, if you haven't seen it all, if you haven't seen it already, I do live stream right after these videos, as well as all times on screen right now. I haven't had any water this morning, so my voice is a little shot. And come check it out. We're going to be doing a lot of the seasonal stuff, a lot of the holiday stuff I missed a lot when I went on vacation, so I got a lot to catch up on, and maybe some open lobby raids. Come check it out. And of course, a big thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Specifically, a big thank you to Mom and Dad, Christian Thompson, Dr. Strange, Kelly Allen, Monday, Steve Buckner, Sir Raven, Shonen, Panther, Kissy, Reagan, for their support on Patreon. And that's it. That is the last Zer, probably the last video of the year. You guys have a great year. I hope you have a great 2022 and a great day. My name is Dychronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.